these ones just incendio ones? Oh, another Merlin trial done. I'm not excited for this is for a trophy thing, so levitate a cow 10 times or something. Huh, a broken bridge.
Repairer.
A good deed. What's this place? Central Hogwarts Valley Flue. There seems to be a house. You're free, my friend. It's a Niffler. Be free. He's ran off. A poacher.
And when did I set my traps?
It's no Dallas.
Got you.
One less poacher in the wizarding world.
Hello, whatever you are, I'll unlock you.
Hello, Hamora.
You're welcome, by the way, you Neasel.
Revelio.
See ya.
Mine now, demi-guys.
Yes, you are, Mr. Demiguise. You belong to me. Mine. Hey there, Mr. Moon. I think I've got enough.
Hello, Mr. Moon.
Oh,
Yes.
greetings! Any luck removing some more of those demiguise statues?
Indeed. I actually have some moons for you.
I actually have some moons for you.
Oh, my mind feels lighter already knowing those statues are gone. I did promise to show you how to improve casting Alla Hamora once you'd brought me enough moons.
And I think I've done that.
Oh, with that knowledge, you'll be able to break open even stronger locks. However, we don't yet know who's behind these statues. Still plenty of the foul things lying in wait to torture me. Oh. If you bring me more moons, I'll show you how to cast the most powerful form of Alla Hamora known to wizard kind. At least known to me.
Right.
Keep looking
Alamora
for
level
those
2.
moons, hmm? You'll save my sanity and we may get to the bottom of whoever's behind all of this.
Sorry, Mr. Fig, I've broken into
Revelio.
your room. Elazar, you were right about the botricles. I owe you a note, Miriam. Oh, that's from his wife. Sad. I wonder whose room this is. Mudiwa, I received your letter this morning. I'm thrilled to hear that all is going well in your... Oh, it's Natty's mum. We miss you at Wagadu. It's not the same without you. Da da da. Hope to see you from again. Your loyal friend, Amali.
Revelio.
Adventure novel set. Now, whose room is this? I wonder. My darling Abraham, my darling Abraham, you would be overjoyed to know that the local children have taken to playing cobstones in the street. The stars that Rio studying around us. Quite charming, I must say, no you. With love, M. I still don't know who this is.
400 years. 400 years I've been hearing this, and I've truly had enough. I simply cannot be with you any longer.
You've been together 400 years? Bro, you messed up right at the final. Guy's just gonna drift off into loneliness. Hogwarts School Hospital attending healing nurse Noreen Bainley. Patient name Tasmina Malakan, or so we assume, age 13. The patient stumbled student without a head. After a head count of the dorms and absolutely no assistance from the headmaster, we concluded that the student was most likely Tasmina McLagan. Despite the obvious communication challenges, I was able to discern that the poor girl was suffering from vanishing sickness. I reckon then that she be sent to the same one goes at once, partly owing to the time-sensitive nature of the diagnosis, and partly because nearly headless Nick was floating around moaning on and on about how very lucky she was. He was mostly distracting, and if he disrupts my dealings with future headless students, I shall have no choice but to ask the headmaster to intervene. I'm told that the patient is recovering and can be expected to return to the castle soon. Of no particular significance, Nick now seems to be avoiding me. One might assess he's stepping himself in somewhat childish sulk. Madam
Welcome
Cogwell,
back.
I've
Have you
completed your
finished your
assignment.
assignments?
Yes, I have.
Reporting back, Professor. Assignment's all finished.
Well done. Shows good discipline.
Thank you.
Wisdom is a golden snitch, as they say. And you're proving a skilled seeker in that regard.
Thank you.
Let us practice our restore momentum. A charm, incidentally, created to stop quaffles from plummeting straight to the ground during a Quidditch match.
Right.
Precise, deliberate movements.
X triangle. X square. Square. Ooh, I got it wrong, but I still did it. Resto memento. Resto memento slows the motion of enemies and objects. The larger the target, the less the effect the spell will have. Okay.
Very good. I recommend practicing your new spell as much as possible. Perhaps before you.
Where is it? Resto memento.
Arresto momentum. Arresto momentum.
That's it. Keep it up.
Thank you, Madam Cogwell.
Professor, I wondered if I could ask how you came to Hogwarts.
Yeah, I'm also
I suppose
interested in
that is
that.
not an unexpected question. After I told you about my time in Mahutokoro, it was a
Yeah.
simple matter of fate, really. After my experience with the Toyohashi Tengu, I was determined to find work that would fulfill me. I accepted a position with the Japanese Ministry of Magic. I cannot tell you the specifics of my work.
Something to
A
do with
few
brooms.
years into my post, I had the honor of working with Professor Weasley. At the time, a curse breaker for the British Ministry.
Professor
Something
Weasley
about
was a curse
Yokohama?
breaker for the Ministry.
She was. But I would advise you not to inquire upon it. She is quite clear that her focus is now Hogwarts. We coordinated,
right.
shall we say, defensive efforts on a particular matter, and were talking one evening about the rigors of our respective positions. She mentioned plans to return to Britain and Hogwarts specifically. I noted I could appreciate her decision. Her description of the school was so enchanting that when she wrote to me a few years later about the open position of flying professor, I was intrigued.
She brought you along. I understand wanting to leave your past.
I suppose I can understand wanting to move on from all that you went through with the Tengu.
But that is not at all what happened. I was not moving on. What happened will always be a part of me. I learned from it. My reason for coming to Hogwarts was to expand my horizons.
Then you enjoy being a flying instructor, even after all that happened?
I do. And not despite all that happened, but because of it.
Okay.
You would do well to let lessons be just that. Lessons. Learn from your errors, in judgment or otherwise. I am
Wise
proud
words.
to impart such knowledge upon students, no matter where in the globe they may reside.
And also in through here.
Peasy has a brand new game. Just beware the open flame.
I'll run right through you. Hello, Mr.
Oh, now,
Demiguise.
Demiguise.
I saw you in here.
Plants grow could be so interesting.
I know. Herbology. That's a chomping cabbage. That's Everton Clopton and Nazi. I don't know who the blonde girl is. I guess we all had Flynn. We all had fun.
Wonderful to see you again.
Yes. What's this box doing here? Anyway. I've completed my assignment, Professor.
I've completed my assignments, Professor.
pleased to hear it. Professor Weasley will be too. I'll be sure to let her know how well you're coming along.
Right, right.
Professor.
Professor Hecat tells me she taught you Levioso, so you should be ready for a more advanced levitation charm. Wingardium Leviosa requires a bit of concentration and a nice, graceful wand movement. Let's see you try your hand at it.
Okay.
When executed correctly, you should be able to pick up
A swish
boulders as though
and
they were
a
sprigs
flick.
of snowsword.
Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa, not Leviosa. Leviosa can levitate and move objects. Control. Oh, way more control. Nice.
Well done! Wingardium Leviosa here in the greenhouse. I've set some crates out for you in the next room.
Got it. I reset this one as well. Quest complete. Press the Garlic's assignment.
Leviosa.
That's Levioso. Now it's time for.
Wingardium Leviosa.
You're a natural.
And woo. Let's talk to the professor, who doesn't really want to talk right now. But you clearly say you want to talk.
Professor, I was wondering where you're from. What's your background?
Oh, how nice of you to ask. Well, let's see. I grew up in London, right on the Thames.
Right. Sounds lovely.
That sounds lovely. All the sights and bustle of a city.
To some, yes. I used to dream of living in the country, but it wasn't until I came to Hogwarts that I felt truly at home.
That's the
Mind
same
you,
for many.
it did take some time, and whilst it is my fervent hope that each student eventually feels as at home here as I do, it is not always the case.
I suppose that makes sense.
Well, we each bloom differently, don't we? Some of us, like Devil's Snare, thrive in the shadows, whilst others crave the attention of a bouncing ball.
That's
And
true.
we each grow and thrive according to our own plan. Oh, I was terribly nervous when I arrived at the castle. You see, as a child, I knew nothing of witches or
Oh,
wizards.
she's a muggle-born.
You can imagine how astonished I was to
And she
receive
managed
my
to become a
letter from
professor.
Hogwarts.
Professor.
I spent
That's
a good
nice.
deal of time alone in either the greenhouse or the library my first days here.
It does take a while to adjust to being here.
Precisely, and I was remarkably fortunate. In fact, a 7th year took me under her wing during those first days. She remains one of my dearest friends.
How fortunate.
I was indeed. I dare say you'll find that the friends you make here at Hogwarts will last a lifetime. Now, I'd best get to my recent delivery from the Magic Neep. Mr. Teasdale promised me quite an assortment of seeds this week. Lovely to see you.
Time for divination class. Let's go and climb this ladder up to it. True that. Alright. Tarot cards. Ooh, some mystic magic. The crystal ball. That's the grim. It's a dark omen. Or whatever. There I am in the background. He sneezed on it.
So knowledgeable.
Revelio.
All right, Professor.
I hope those assignments were challenging enough for you.
They were. It was alright actually.
I've completed all of my tasks, Professor Onai.
Very well done. Although I must admit, I did have something of a premonition that you would follow through.
Wasn't anything
Now,
odd really.
as you have no doubt sharpened your perception by completing my assignment, I am curious,
Yeah.
based upon the knowledge that one's present and even one's past may reveal traces of what is to come. What do you see in your own future?
At the very least, I see power.
I see good things. After all, the future's mine for the taking.
Very
And I shall
Slytherin.
take what I must.
The future is not etched in stone. It can be carved out by those with very strong wills. And you do seem to possess one.
Yes, I do.
But this talk of tomorrow should not divert us from your present success. I shall inform our good deputy headmistress of your exemplary performance.
Thank you.
And if that performance is any omen of what your future may hold, then I, for one, see great things.
As do I.
Channel your magic towards your targets.
Descender. Descendo. She didn't really explain anything about the spell.
You have it. Now, why not practice the new spell on the training dummy?
Okay, where is it? Where's this training dummy? Descendo.
Excellent.
Whoa.
I think you have it.
Thank you, Professor. Goodbye. Actually, I could talk to her.
Professor, do you have a moment?
I do.
How did you come to teach divination?
I was wondering how you decided to teach divination.
Yeah.
The art of divination is an important yet often misunderstood branch of magic. Those of us who possess the sight are rare. And, as is often the case with the unique among us, we can frequently be misread, even feared. When I was granted the opportunity to teach others about my gift and the good it can do, I was most grateful.
I see. Natty told me that you and she moved here from Uganda, where she had attended Wagadu.
And you can do magic without wands.
Natsai and I both loved Uganda and Wagadu, but we are happily settled here now. I had foreseen such a change, but did not know the details until it occurred. I was glad of the outcome. You would be wise to remember that the consequences of our actions are complex.
Indeed.
And so, divining what is to come is not as simple as gazing into a crystal ball or studying the bottom of a teacup.
Right. Find it all very
I find
fascinating.
it truly intriguing, even if I don't fully understand it.
Intriguing. That is one word for it. And I'm certain you will come to understand many things more deeply in the days ahead.
As
You
am I.
are a student at Hogwarts, after all. It cannot have escaped you that we in the Wizarding world are forever navigating the seemingly inexplicable.
Of course, Professor.
Now, I know that we both have places to be. Not because I have the sight, mind you, but because I am a professor and you are a student. I have enjoyed our conversation.
As have I. Goodbye, Professor.
Accio!
I really should look into gillyweed, although I still need to swim.
What do you need?
Going for a swim?
Goodness, no. Though I'm beginning to think I really should learn how to swim. Can't very well be liaison to the mer people if I don't know how to swim.
Your
You're a
liaison to the
liaison
mer.
to the mer people.
Well, not technically, no. At least not yet. The position doesn't actually exist at the moment, but I have a plan to change that.
Aren't you the
I'm
Slytherin?
Nerida, by the way. Nerida Roberts. We didn't
Right, Adam
officially
Scarab.
meet, but we duelled in a Crossed Wands club.
Right.
Yes, of course. Good to see you again.
I
And
kicked
you.
your butt.
You seem quite interested in mer people.
I am. and they're as misunderstood and disregarded by wizard kind as goblins and centaurs are. I feel that if goblins and centaurs have liaison officers at the Ministry, then the mer people should have one too.
I think what you're doing is admirable.
I'm impressed. I think reaching out to the mer people is a grand idea.
You do? Oh, thank you. Of course I haven't exactly done anything just yet.
Right, you just talk
I
right now.
presented them with a gift a few weeks ago, and they wanted to leave me one as well, in one of their caves. Reciprocity and an offer to visit.
Oh, you want me to go
I
into the
tried
cave?
telling them I couldn't swim, but I'm afraid that bit got lost in translation. Mermish really is tricky.
You could talk it. Tell me about Wizard Kind's relationship with
How
men
has
people.
wizard kind fallen short in its treatment of mer people?
Well, we've consistently deigned mer people as being beneath us despite the many similarities between our cultures. One
We
can hardly
breathe.
blame them
We
for
are
declining
people.
being status by the Ministry years ago. Who are we to classify those of such beauty and intelligence?
What would a liaison do?
What do you imagine a liaison to the mer people would do?
Oh, so many things. I want to know everything I can about them. After I've mastered swimming, I perfect my mermish, of course. And
Right.
I'd share with them anything they wanted to know about wizard kind. My hope is that by understanding each other better, both of our societies could grow.
A worthy goal. And what's so interesting about these people?
What is it about the mer people that interests you so much?
I can't begin to tell you how brilliant they are. I mean, rumor is that tales about them have infiltrated even the Muggle world.
I mean
The
mermaids.
oldest known mer people, sirens, come from Greece.
Right.
And of course Scotland has Selkies and Ireland is home to Merrows.
There's a lot of...
I could go on for ages about them. Their glorious underwater communities, domestication of sea life, their art and music. It's a travesty how little is understood about them.
I think it's just screeches in the air, though, their music, right?
Well,
I
I
can
can
help you.
swim and could help you if you'd like.
You'd really do that? Oh, thank you.
You're actually quite a nice person.
Thank you.
Nerida.
The last thing I want is for them to think I'd shunned their gift. Diplomacy is a delicate dance. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think you can dive down to their cave from just there in the water.
Just there in the water, she says.
I can't wait to hear about what you find. One day soon, I'll see for myself. I just know it.
Right, well, I'll go do this.
I'd much rather be underwater.
And dive, 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 dive! Right.
Look at this place. Did the mer people really leave Nerida an artifact?
How do I get out of here? Alright.
Revelio.
Hello, mer people. What is... That's a butterfly.
Confringo.
Wonder why it's there.
Revelio.
There's a bunch of butterflies.
Confringo.
We need all 3 butterflies to get in, okay. So...
Lumos.
Come with me.
Now then, I'll need you to
And
come
you'll
with me.
see just a world of pure imagination.
Now for the rest of you.
Oh, I can only do one at a time. That's stupid. Ah, go along then.
Lumos.
Come with me, and you'll see just a world of your imagination. I'm tired of the singing. I don't care about you butterflies no more. Get in the wall.
What do we have in here then?
What be you,
Rebellion.
eh? This is a nice place. What's in the chest?
Nerida will be happy about this.
A Mermish artifact for Merida. I could keep it, of course, but I actually think she's alright. Let's dive, 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 dive! Merida, I have the thing you wanted.
Your gift from the Mer people was exactly where they said it would be.
Oh, that's wonderful news. I was so worried I'd left it too long and they'd seen it as a slight. Our relationship with them is already so tenuous.
I won't keep the gift. Happy to have helped you. Enjoy your gift.
Well, I'm glad we helped to foster some healthy diplomatic relations.
Merlin's beard. It's marvelous.
She worked hard for this. I can't just take it.
To everyone, including the ministry. Should I hand deliver it or send by owl? Thank you again, so much. You may have just helped improve relations between wizard kind and mer people for decades to come.
Right,
I can't
well,
wait
that's great.
to study this.
Murky Depths complete. Bye, Nerida.
Past Wands was so much fun.
Oh, she just
wasn't
walked
it?
into the ocean. Yes, it was. Bye. Alright, it's time for Beast class. Ooh, I just waited out here on the nice path for this Beast class to begin.
Welcome, everyone.
Welcome.
I see you've already met some of the many beasts we study in this class. Though be advised, none of
what's
these
that?
creatures should be taken lightly. They are all in their own way dangerous, especially if one
so-
does not know how to handle them properly.
We ain't got a Draco here, don't worry.
Now, it seems many of you are out of practice. Let's take some time to review the basics of how to care for a beast, shall we? Miss Sweeting, would you please assist our new student with the lesson today?
Yes, Professor Howen.
Oh,
Hello,
thank you.
I'm Poppy Sweeting.
Adam Skyrim.
Don't worry about Professor Howen's speech. She over-exaggerates sometimes. All the beasts in class are perfectly safe. Oh!
Miss Sweeting, take attention, please. The tongue of a puffskein can be a
You asked for
slippery
that.
devil.
Yes, Professor.
I like her though.
Here, you can practice on Gerald.
Gerald? I love it already.
His tongue.
Hello, Gerald.
You can use my brush. Just be gentle. Oh, and
Petting
think
brush is used to
pleasant
nurture
thoughts.
magical beasts.
I like
Tap
to think
right
it
and then
enriches his
assign them.
experience.
She got a spell. Wait, it counts as a spell list. Oh, I don't want to do this, man. Whatever. Get brushed,
That's
Gerald.
lovely. I'm sure he feels much better.
I'm sure he does. Get brushed,
I
Gerald.
think he might be hungry. Would you mind giving him some beast feed?
A spell for beast feed. Alright then. Have some beast feed, Gerald. There you go. Was that a spell?
What do you suppose the
Well,
pellets taste like to Gerald? Pudding, I like to think.
Maybe. He's a
I
cute little
think we can
bugger.
safely say that Gerald likes you.
Because I fed him and
That's
brushed him.
good
Yeah.
news. He seems very nice.
He is.
Well, I got those
Kindness
Dr. Octopus
is one of his
glasses.
best qualities, right after ambition. And cleanliness.
Good work, everyone. Now, let's make our way to the pens and select another beast.
Another beast.
And please, do be careful as you feed and groom them.
Will
Miss
do.
Sweeting, why don't you show our new student to the Neasels in the farthest pen?
Okay.
This way. The Neasels are over here.
I can see them. They're basically cats.
Oh, couple of knees or whiskers ought to get me a few canuts at least.
Canuts?
Enough to buy something from Honeycheeks.
Alright, you're a naughty Slytherin.
Ugh, stupid thing.
Maybe a defender will help. Instead of just trying to pull him out of his face.
What are you doing?
Ugh, tuss peculiar Poppy. Worried about a worthless
She's
little
even got a
rodent.
loony loony.
Her name is Persephone.
Her name is Persephone.
That's really not funny.
Let's go.
Though Those two don't belong anywhere near this class. Poachers in training. Persephone was onto them instantly. Thank you for your help. Let's carry on. Feed and brush the measles just as you did with Gerald. The measles really took to you. They know a good egg when they see one. As do I.
It appears our time has come to an end. Please close the pens and see yourselves out. Now, where is our new student? Ah, there you are. I would like a moment, please.
Hello, Professor. You wanted to speak with...
Did? How did you find your first beasts lesson?
Gareth gave me a look. I enjoyed it. Quite nice little
It was
buggers.
wonderful. I believe I'm really going to enjoy this class.
Good. You seem to understand that when beasts are properly controlled, they can play a vital role in our lives. Some provide us with magically imbued materials, if cared for correctly, which does not include torturing them for whiskers. Well done, by the way. Probably best to let me handle it next time.
Should have handled it sooner then.
They're nearly as bad as the Savagers in Rookwood's poacher pack. Sadly, we're the ones who suffer, stumbling over dead beasts. Terrible waste of resources.
Surely the poachers can be brought to justice by someone. The Ministry, perhaps?
Or perhaps a student.
An optimistic idea. Now, why don't we focus on more immediate matters that we can control?
Yes.
Professor Weasley has asked that I prepare some assignments designed to help you catch up to the other fifth years.
I think I'm better than
Be
all
on
of
the
them already.
lookout for my owl. Meanwhile, I also encourage you to study as many beasts as you can on your own time.
Okay. Well, I'll see you, Professor.
Over here.
Professor Howling. Hey, puppy. What do you want?
Do you need something, Poppy?
Thank you again for saying something to those brutes so that I didn't have to.
Well, you were already
were
doing
an
it.
augury at noon in the desert.
I certainly hope that's a good thing.
Yeah,
It's
I did understand
something my
that.
Gran and I say. It means that something or someone is a welcome surprise.
Oh, well, thank you.
At least that's what we decided it meant.
I couldn't stand there and watch them harm the poor thing.
We're of a similar mind. Actually, in light of that, there's someone I'd like you to meet in the forest.
The Forbidden Forest? Should I be worried?
I'm not sure. What's this all about?
You'll see. I promise you have nothing to fear.
Okay. Oh, nearby, eh? Alright,
I
let's go
wouldn't
then.
take just anyone there. In fact, you're the first.
Really?
I thought we'd be going to the
Well,
Forbidden
thank
Forest,
you.
but
I
I'm
think...
just up here then.
As
That's
I
fine.
said, we think alike. Pleasant surprise.
Alright, let's go then. Over the bridge.
Quite the weather we're having, don't you think?
Oh, a bit of small talk.
Poppy,
Yes.
Where are you taking me?
Nice.
It really is much better than I just showed you.
Alright, show me then.
Don't worry, we're nearly there. It's
Right,
just
right.
ahead.
What are we meeting? A Thestral? A Buckbeak? A Hippogriff?
Stand back.
What are we meeting? It's gonna be a Hippogriff, isn't it? Damn, there's a Hippogriff. Majestic.
Please meet Highwing. Isn't she just magnificent?
Pleased to meet you, Highwing.
Go on, introduce yourself to her. But be careful. You must always show hippogriffs the proper courtesy before you approach them.
Well, technically, I've not learned about any of this, so maybe you should have, you know, given me a heads up. You know to bow, right? You have to bow. Bow. How do you do, Highwing? I am still bowing. Ooh, you bow to me as well. Cool, cool. We're buddies now.
I knew it. I don't think I've ever seen a hippogriff take to someone this quickly. You can feed and brush her if you'd like. I come and check on her every once in a while. Bring her pasties, tell her what's going on in the castle. You wouldn't know from looking. But she's a dreadful busybody.
Well, here's some food for you as well. Have some food. Me and Highwing are buddies. Bye, Highwing. Off she goes. I really do like you, Poppy. You're cool.
So, what did you think of Highwing?
Brilliant. Oh, it actually popped up brilliant.
I thought she was brilliant. Can't believe you introduced me to her.
I suspected you two might get along.
Are you the reason students have been seeing hippogriffs flying above the Forbidden Forest?
Perhaps. Did you know that once you earn a hippogriff's trust, they'll always be there for you?
Wow.
I've seen it firsthand with her.
How exactly did you and Highwing cross paths?
It's a longer story, but I rescued her from poachers a few years back.
When you were first
Got her
year
to
or second
safety
year or
and,
something?
well, she was fine until recently. You may have noticed that poachers are something of a problem in the area, so I worry they could get her again. And I might not be there next time.
Right.
Professor Howard
We need to
mentioned
get
the
'em all.
poachers as well. She seemed to imply that we couldn't rely on the Ministry to help.
I don't often agree with Professor Howin, but on that, I fear she's right. The poachers' influence is growing. I see them every day in the village, lingering, talking to people. They're up to something. I'm just not sure what.
We need to stop him. That does sound suspicious.
That does seem strange. Sounds as if they're planning something.
Maybe change the law or something.
I think I'm going to look into it. Find out what's going on. What they're
You
doing.
do that. Would be good to investigate.
I think that's a fine idea. Information is power.
And the more I know,
Knowledge
the
is
better
key.
I can keep Highwing safe.
You seem undeterred. Will you let me know what you find out?
Oh, very well. I will. I should be going, but we'll speak again soon, I hope.
Me too. See ya, Poppy Sweeting. Quest complete, beast classed. Bye, Poppy. She's a nice girl.